free trade, where a third party can tell us how we can behave and what rules we have to live under, and yet on the other side they can flaunt them, and again, even after the third party has ruled against them. We don't want to go down that route again. The biggest concern I would have coming from Oxford County is the food safety and food security. If more of our food gets outsourced just so that it can be cheap, that's no solution to our poverty and growing our middle class.
Thank you, Don. Mike?
The Green Party of Canada strongly opposes the Trans-Pacific Partnership. End of story. The agreement between 12 countries that would lock Canada into a deal for 31 years that would allow foreign corporations to undermine Canada's public policy is just outrageous. The Green Party of Canada and the NDP are the only two parties that have issued a joint pledge requesting that this process be open so that all parties can see the draft before Canada commits to anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Since the start of this election, I have been very vocal about my concern for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. As this agreement stands now, and Justin Trudeau has openly stated that without reading this agreement, he is going to sign it. Not only is our sovereignty as a nation at risk, our future in Oxford County will be over. Agriculture and automotive are two of the main components next to privatizing the CBC, minimizing the amount of freedom that our workers in this country have. Yet, the funny thing is, the one thing that's easy and can flow freely is corporate capital. So no, the NDP is committed to reading line by line before we sign anything. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. And the next question will be directed initially at Don McKay.
Good evening. So my question for you all is, the economy isn't great right now. How are you each individually going to bring jobs to Oxford County and get them to stay here?
Yes, thank you. Again, our party has pledged a significant commitment to job creation, $700 million toward that goal. A lot of that will be in training and retraining so that there's a skilled workforce that's available to take up the jobs. And that's a piece of the challenge that's there. The other piece is the ability to attract foreign direct investment. And our federal government is not committed to be in the game. And it is a game in the global economy where corporations have that choice where to go. They like to go where it's relatively easy. Short-term gain, that's what they're looking for because they don't really have the connection with the people, the lives that are impacted as a result of that. As a liberal taking to Ottawa, my commitment is to address those concerns that we could have, much like Mexico, someone to take charge. So if a business wants to come and set up, whether it's a food manufacturer to use our agricultural products, that someone would help them through all the red tape, both the provincial, the federal, and the municipal, so that it gives them a chance. They don't need a lot of money, they need help to tie into our stable economy and our safe, secure climate, especially on the food and food services side.
Mike, could you share?
There's about 5 policies that federally the Green Party would like to implement, but I think your question was directed to the individual. I think Oxford County has a sustainability plan, and there's a tremendous opportunity for introducing sustainable products and a sustainable way of living that will cause jobs. If all of a sudden the federal government made it possible for people to start putting up solar panels instead of building a deck and providing tax rebates for that, then that's going to employ a lot of people. And I think, first of all, just undoing what happened with the post office, in every community in Oxford County, there would be some postal jobs that eventually would be available that people would have a chance to have a good pension and a good paying job. Thank you.
Thank you. Zoe, did you wish to add?
Thank you. A very relevant question, and in fact, I would say that nearly the majority of our economic platform is geared towards job creation. It starts in our municipalities. Let's make sure our municipalities have the funding that they can start their infrastructure projects. We have an ambitious youth employment plan that would see 40,000 Canadian youth work with governments, non-government organizations, job placements within our Crown corporations and local governments. Our auto strategy, promoting incentives and supporting the expansion of the auto industry right here in Oxford County. A very aggressive agricultural policy that would see a farm to fork, local processing. There are a number of food processors here in Oxford that could benefit from increased any type of funding from the federal government. So, and I'm very confident that we have a very aggressive.
Thank you. And Melody.
CHP would propose that the Bank of Canada give business-free loans to municipalities, which then can create jobs, as well as building up the infrastructure to support manufacturing. And I believe something like that was implemented and it worked after the Second World War. We would stimulate the economy again with these interest-free loans, and the money for roads, railways, etc. would improve transportation and create lots more jobs. So we're big on the infrastructure for that. Were you interested in agriculture, or maybe more for the manufacturing?
Just anything in general. I mean,
Okay.
we're down with dumps here. I mean, there's nothing going on. There's no help from anybody. And I mean, there's no new jobs, and it's getting ridiculous.
Yes. I do, is that it? Okay. I do know in Oxford County there are a lot of farms, and we really do support the family-operated run farm. That is the keystone of Canadian agriculture, so
That's
thanks.
So that ends the session, the continuous section. At this point in time, any questions that come from the floor will be directed at whichever candidate you choose first. But not two questions to the consecutive to the same person. You know what I mean?
All right, I'll see if I can.
So you don't get to start with Don.
Okay, not a problem. I'll keep that in mind. My name is Sean Roach, I'm from Woodstock, and I want to start off by thanking all the candidates for running the election. And I did want to ask my question of Dave McKenzie, and I'm a little bit dismayed that the disrespect is being shown in two consecutive all candidates debates. He's not shown up. And I believe what he's running for, he's not running for a representative here. So my question involves taxation, and then I'd like to ask it so a question to start with, and then all the other candidates can take part. Based on the current method of taxation, does your party believe corporations pay their fair share of taxes? Could you please explain? Thank you.
No, they don't. And in fact, the leader for the Liberal Party isn't even paying his fair share of taxes. Corporations have to step up to the plate and start contributing more. Canada has one of the lowest corporate tax rates. We're well below America, and we would like to increase it another 2%, which actually puts it at a rate that the Conservative had set in 2010. We feel that this increase is not only fair, it is equitable, and it balances the tax across the country.
Thank you. Melody, would you like to add?
Yes, I think we can all agree that the tax system really needs to be overhauled. Enough is enough. CHP would end corporate welfare and minimize red tape for small business. Our policy is based on the right to own private property, a right we strongly defend. Your income belongs to you. The government doesn't have the right to say, send me a big chunk. The fair tax puts you, the taxpayer, in control of how much tax you pay. You can buy a brand new Hummer, or you can buy a Ford Focus. You can shop in high boutiques, or you can shop at Valley Village, or anywhere in between. The choice is yours. So the fair tax is a comprehensive yet simple proposal that replaces all federal income taxes, both personal and corporate. It is recognized by economists to be the most equitable form of taxation. Not only this, but it acts as an incentive to savings and investing, which is vital to a thriving economy. Thank you.
Thank you. Don?
Thanks, Sean. Certainly you have my commitment to address that issue, because the corporate tax rate is only one small piece. The bigger piece that we want to incent is not protecting their incomes, but stimulating jobs, because there's more wealth to be had for the federal tax revenues from the income tax stream by job creation that's going on. Look, locally, 3,000 workers times the salary, that's an incredible amount of wealth coming into the federal coffers that seems to be, oh, well, you know, a job's a job. No, that's a significant part. So I would, while addressing the corporate rate, focus more attention on stimulating the jobs, incenting them to be creating jobs, so that we could have that, both for you, the citizens, and for the wealth of the nation, building the tax family.
Thank you, and Mike.
The Green Party would return corporate tax rates to the higher level that it was in 2008, except for small business, they would not increase it. We also institute a full range of polluter pay taxes. When a company can just pour anything to the environment and make that cost an externality, that creates a huge problem for our environment. So it's time that corporations also got off welfare, as well as start paying for the pollution that all of us have to pay for in terms of our health care and the environment we live in.
Thank you. So the next question can be directed at any of the candidates other than Zoe Kunschner.
Hi, I'm Richard Frank from your local ADA. I guess I'll start with Melody. I guess just a little quick history here. In '74, Liberal Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau sold off our banking rights to the IMF. So we gave up our ability to create money to Bank Canada. 20 years later, '94, Chrétien signs a free trade agreement, the North American Free Trade Agreement. In 2006, Harper since then has signed 39 other free trade agreements or negotiated them. What is your party's stance on reinstituting the Bank of Canada as our sole lender of government funds? And will your party get rid of all the present free trade agreements if possible?
I do know that they do support going to the Bank of Canada as a means of funding and getting it out of the other banks. I can't answer the other question, but I know that they do support the Canadian Bank for funding.
Thank you. Don?
Good question. I've been 2 weeks on the campaign trail, and I have to admit that this particular question hasn't on my radar yet to check on our Liberal policy on that. So I'll reserve judgment lest I say something that would embarrass me and not provide you any value.
Thank you. Mike?
The Green Party is committed to review the economic and fiscal implications of return to borrowing from the Bank of Canada. So we don't know if it's the best answer, but we certainly, it's one of the things on the list to look at. But I think in terms of what corporations are doing I'll just end there. Thank you.
Thank you. Zoe?